Welcome back. I'm Rasselbach, and this is microKnight Devlog 1. I've got some fun updates, so let's jump into it. First off, I added a capture point. I initially wanted to do a circle where the circle slowly filled in as you captured the point or whatever. Quickly realized I have no idea how to do that in 3D, so I found a workaround just using some meshes, but might need to tackle that later. We'll see. I added unit blocking, where you can right click and you move more slowly, but for now you block 80% of damage. You also have a stab attack while you're blocking that does slightly less damage as well. Also, the AI will now block. Anytime they're damaged, they'll block for a couple seconds and they'll chase whatever attacked them. I added some knockback. I tried using tweens for the first time in Godot. It was really interesting. I found this interesting bug where, because the mesh material is shared, anytime I try to change that material color, everything that shared that material changed. And you can see how much of a mess that made. I added units going to captured point if it's not captured. Can be toggled on or off per the unit. So for now, archers, for example, don't go try to capture, but the knights will. Might need to look into fine-tuning that later so that units have certain priorities, where maybe if there's not very many units, then some of them will go try to capture the capture point while others go try to attack. Or maybe there could be like a special unit that's like a tank unit and it just charges the capture point and tries to capture it. I didn't like how archer arrows were dodgeable. They were just on a fixed path and always hit the target. Way too strong currently. So I went ahead and quickly implemented a prototype arrow that uses a projectile instead of a path. And initially it feels a lot better. I've had to tweak gravity a bit to give it more of an arc, so that they generally go over the head of their allies that might be like in front of them or in front of their target. Probably needs tweaked later, but for now, you don't hit friendlies, so I don't know. We'll see. Later on, I might try to make it so that friendly fire works and feels good, because I think friendly fire can be fun in these kinds of games. I thought it was worth spending time on the projectile because I'm considering a couple of siege engines that would reuse the same code. I added a little healing pad, and then I also added some placeholder shops with upgrades that you can buy, both for your units and for yourself. It doesn't feel too good right now getting XP. It's mostly based on the units that you get the last hit on, and if you're standing there blocking arrow shots for your archers and the archers are the ones getting kills, it feels like you should be rewarded for that. So I might look into doing some damage blocked sorts of XP gains instead of just damage dealt or last hits done. So need to spend a little more time thinking about that. That's pretty much it for the updates for this week. I've been thinking about what I'm going to do next. It's tough because I know that art is so important to how a game feels, and it's hard not to spend time on it, but I'm trying to focus on just getting a prototype done and making sure I find like what part of it is the most fun and focus on making sure that this game is fun before I dump any time into art. I'm still having occasional performance stutters. I'd like to be able to have more units than like a couple hundred. I'd like to have somewhere in the 500 to 1,000 range on screen sometimes. So I'm going to need to spend some more time on that and figuring out what's slowing things down still. AI could definitely use some more work on their logic, just give them a little bit more depth about like where to stand, a little more information about if they can hit their target or not, and things like that. Planning to get this prototype done, probably just make this map playable, give it like a progression from start to end, probably about 15 minutes. Just get your upgrades, capture a couple points, and that's it. I'm going to do my best not to add any more features until I have the game to that point. I might add the player archer class, since it should be straightforward, but I'm not sure. Technically, that's feature creep right now. I might just spend more time making the knight class a little bit more fun and dynamic. Maybe give it like a short dodge or something so it could dodge arrows or gap close into enemies a little bit better. Maybe improve the animation just a little bit so that you can tell when it's getting, maybe be able to tell when your attacks are getting stronger instead of just having the damage number on the screen. I'm not really happy with the balance right now, but it's not that important for the prototype, so probably continue to tweak it a little bit more, but leave it as it is. I'm not sure if you should even be able to upgrade your ally units directly, or if that should be more of they handle that on their own and you focus on just upgrading yourself, but continue thinking about that. And then I'll probably work on UI just a little more and add some basic start and pause menus, but we'll see. It'd be nice to see your armor, health, experience, damage, etc. on the screen rather than just kind of guessing where they are. Yeah. All right, well, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.